What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy, Mr. MicroMike, and today it is the OnePride podcast, and I am here with fellow YouTubers, Mr. Troxel Sports Talk. What's going on, Troxel Sports?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, that is a great way to enter in there. And the Dern, what's going on, Dern?
What's up, guys? It's going to be a great day. It's one Mr. MicroMike's birthday, so everyone please either send him some money, please, or at least say happy birthday in the chat. Let's go.
Hey, I see Kool-Aid and Cornbread already dropped a super chat. He said, the happiest birthday to you, Micro. Number one, before I die. Woo!
Yeah, baby.
TA, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Mike? What's going on? Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. And for my birthday, folks, I'm going to show my face this whole time, and it's going to be fun, man. I am 35 years old. I am psyched. I am hype, and I am lockcock, ready to rock. Mark.
And his name is MicroMike.
My name is MicroMike, and folks, the Everything King will be on shortly. He's got some stuff going on. So let's get this thing popping, and let's just get straight to the questions. And
Mike, put up your volume.
Put up my volume.
Yeah, you are
Like
low,
this?
low.
Like this?
Still
Like
a little
this?
bit low.
I don't know what else to do, guys.
You got to bring it up a little bit. You got real low.
Well, I'm gonna figure this out. Let's get to the questions though first. So, Travis, if you had one question to ask Roger Goodell, what would it be?
Well, first of all, I do want to say special shout out to the Gridiron Blitz. I know he cannot make it today. Got to get that bread up, brother. Thoughts and prayers are out with you. And the one question I would ask Mr. Roger Goodell would be, can the Lions get one before we die? Please, man, please.
Please, God, please.
Can you give me a break?
Give me a break. Break me up a piece of that playoff bar.
Right.
We need this straight right now. TA, if you could ask Roger Goodell one simple question, what would it be?
Roger Goodell, please make sure your refs do their job this season.
Hey, facts, brother.
Oh,
Please make sure
man.
they don't cheat us this year. We don't want to lose by officiating. Let's play the game right, Roger.
Bro, that is hashtag facts. No doubt about it. I love that question. Dern, what say you, man? If you had one question to ask the commish, what would it be?
He kind of stole my thunder right there, so I'm going to say, Roger Goodell, do you watch your refs? Are you happy with what they're doing?
Ooh, I agree. Do you watch them? Apparently he doesn't, because they literally suck. S-U-C-K all the way. If I could ask Roger Goodell one question, this would be, do referees wear cups? Because your boy may be training to be a
Cup
punter.
check.
Because I'm tired of getting kind of screwed around
I'm
over
tired of
here on
getting
these
screwed, man.
referees. Man, no doubt about it. That's there. But now we're going to get to the real questions, though. That was just kind of a fun one. So recently, there's been power rankings resurfacing about the NFL. Everyone is getting extremely excited about the season. Where do you see yourself, TA and Noble Sports, for the Detroit Lions in the power rankings? If you could put yourself as a legitimate team for the Detroit Lions, where would you put us?
I will put us at roughly, how many teams is it in the NFL? Like 32 or something like that?
No, no, there's 32, TA. Only 32.
Okay. I'm gonna say 32, man. I'm gonna say 32,
Wow.
Mike. We in the basement, man. We gotta find how to claw ourselves out of the basement.
Mike Will is not working on you. Mike Will is not working on 32.
Hey,
32, man. I'm giving us 32.
we need the power of the Mike Will.
Bro,
I ain't being gracious no more, man.
I need to call the Lions ambulance on this because you need a lot of Mike Will in you. You're near death right now. 32.
32, man.
Why don't you just say 33 out of 32?
We the last, man. I told you, Mike. We're the laughing stock in the NFL, man.
Dude, you're right now the laughing stock of ISN.
Hey, I'll take all the heat, baby. I'll take all the heat.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. What's going on with you, Dern? What do you think when it comes to the Detroit Lions?
You know, on paper, they look pretty good with all the additions we've done, how much we've moved stuff around. So on paper, I would probably put us around 20-ish right now until I start seeing what they can do. But until they actually start doing stuff and proving me wrong with all this, I have to kind of be like TA. I'm going to say bottom 5.
Yeah.
Man, you need some.
Yeah.
We need a lot of Mike.
Yeah, hey, Mike.
Yes.
We don't like Mike Quill today.
No, I'm just being a realist, man.
No more Kool-Aid drinking, Mike.
I feel like I just turned 90 instead of 35 today. What's going on here?
Right.
I need to get some IV and some of
Woo,
that
baby.
Man, Travis Troxel,
baby.
make me feel a little bit better here because we got some bad stuff that's passing around right now.
Okay, now is this just for the overall team or is it just for offense?
This is
we're talking about the whole overall team.
Okay, the overall team, I will definitely say at least around 14, maybe even 13.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Just because you got to stop and think about it. We were a top 5 offense.
Yeah.
You add DeAndre Swift, Cephas, the Jonah Jackson, Logan Stenberg. You add, Hal Vitae. You add all these other implements. Exactly. You add all these other implements into this offense with a healthy Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
That's going to help be within the top 3 ranks of offense.
Oh, okay.
Now if we could get our defense at least middle of the pack, then absolutely there's no reason why we couldn't be at least ranked 13th.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you drink the Kool-Aid with Mike.
Hey, that Kool-Aid's got to. Hey, I'm here to balance the haters out right now. The haters.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Kool-Aid, they take the haterade. I see Andrew Lunsford, Believe the Hype, Silent Fire, Michael Harris, Gridiron Yuki, Craig Ferguson. Welcome, guys. Jorge 1. Antoine, you is high. I know you is. Kool-Aid and Cornbread, the Gridiron Blitz, Alexander Kamara, West Branch Ball. Welcome, guys. Welcome. And power rankings. So we got guys saying 32. We got the other guys saying 30, 30s or high 20s. Man, I'm going to say number 1. I'm balancing this out. I want my team to be number 1. But no, seriously, I think the Detroit Lions can be, I say top 12. That puts them in the playoff spot. I think they got to make the playoffs this year. I do believe they can make a rebound. You got a healthy Matthew Stafford. Stafford behind that offensive line that they rebuilt with Sternberg, with Jackson.
Changes everything.
Vitae. Of course, we got the running game that we picked up DeAndre Swift. I think with these additions, the offense is going to continue to roll. It was doing well last year, but I think it's going to continue to roll and diversify with the ability of these weapons being opened up. So that, to me, that is going to boost that offense. Joe doing work, PS4. I see you, man. I see you. When it comes to defense, it can't get a whole lot worse. It cannot get a whole lot worse from what it was last year, 31. I think Undlin brings that up. I think the addition by subtraction when it comes to losing Darius Slay, who did not believe it when we decided to lose Snacks Harrison. These guys did not believe it. And so I think it's important that these guys, they fall in line, and I think they will. And I think the Lions will make a playoff berth. So top 12 would do that.
Yeah.
So no doubt about it. So yeah, so I want to see what everyone else out there is got going on. Yes, what up, What up, fam? Happy birthday, MicroMike. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. Yeah, being 35 is old. It's old. Okay, so here's another question, Travis Trox. So Lions got an offer to move the training camp to West Virginia. Should they?
If Michigan completely shuts out the idea, then absolutely, but only and if only there's no hope for training camp to be held in Allen Park because the home team needs to be in training camp at home. But if, say, Governor Gretchen Whitmer uh, has not been able to open it up and things like that, then absolutely go. And because training camp is very vital, especially right now when you're trying to incorporate new coaching, new verbiage and things like that to your players. So absolutely it, but only and if only Michigan is still shut down for training camp, then they should go to West Virginia.
Okay,
Facts.
okay. What say you, TA Noble Sports? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, Mike. He Trox said a mouthful right there. Basically, I to me, it doesn't. I don't care where you play the game of football. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You could play in the backyard. You can go down to your neighbor's house. It doesn't matter. Long as you get the guys together. That's the only thing that I care about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that that's the only thing that they care about because most guys in the off season train different places anyway. So it doesn't really matter to me if they're at Allen Park or if they go to West Virginia. As long as these guys can start winning football games, I'm cool with that. So no matter if they're in my backyard or they might be over the neighbor's house, it doesn't matter to me as long as these guys are able to come together, bring the playbooks out, and let's get to work.
Okay, what say you, Dern?
Michigan, I want them to gel together. I want them to practice together so they could be good. So I really don't care as long as they can do it.
Hello? Dern?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so what say you?
Yeah.
What is going on?
So, can you hear me, Mike?
I can hear everyone just
Can
fine.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, Mike. Wah, 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 wah.
So basically, he's asking us the question of what do we mind these guys
I can't
playing
hear.
at? And to me, it doesn't.
Oh my
Can you hear me?
God.
Can you hear us, Mike?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mike.
There you go, Mike. You sound better. We can hear you.
Yikes. I think we're all in agreement here as long as that everything is happening, that our guys can actually practice together so they can start getting to know each other. I think we're all in agreement. It doesn't really matter where
Exactly.
it happens.
Travis,
Yeah.
or someone, I lost hearing. I can't hear anything.
All right, Mike, get that situated and we got you, brother.
Yeah, we'll keep it under wraps.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. TA, it doesn't really matter where we we play it as long as these guys are together practicing because it is super vital in order to get
facts.
We got to gel. This is the time we got to get the mistakes out the way. So come week one, we're ready, and we can hopefully make a name for ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing too, Grid. I like Dern said, or like you said, wherever those guys play it really doesn't matter. As long as you're playing the game of football and you guys are being able to build that camaraderie. That's what it's all about. Being able to get to know each other, being able to get to see different players' sweet spots on the field and things of that nature. I think once those guys come together, man, they understand what they have to do. They already know what they have to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Should we go on to the next question?
Yeah, we could get on to the next question.
Sure.
Um,
The next question was
the media has 3 players listed as first-time Pro Bowlers in Tracy Walker, Frank Ragnow, and Trey Flowers. Can they? We'll start with UTA.
most definitely. The media has they got 3 players that they picked: Tracy Walker, Frank Frank the Tank Ragnow, and Trey Flowers. Now, the thing of it is where their ceiling is going to be at this season. Like Tracy Walker, I definitely think if he balls out, because Tracy Walker was like a tackling machine a year ago. This guy was all over the field. So so if he's getting more tackles, getting interceptions, a lot of deflections, stuff like that, I definitely think that Tracy Walker has the tools to definitely be a first-time Pro Bowler. But now with Frank the Tank, we pretty much know that Frank is the best offensive lineman that the Detroit Lions have. He is the big dog in the house now. And definitely, man, I think that Frank can definitely make it. Every year, Frank has gotten better, and he's only getting better. And if we can have more Franks on our line, I'm telling you, man, we're gonna be a heck of a team to deal with this season. And then when I look at Trey Flowers and what he brings to the table, yes, I know that Trey Flowers is consistent with 7 sacks a season, but I want to see Trey Flowers step it up a little bit, because he's never even though he's played for a championship team, being say the Patriots, he has never been a Pro Bowler before. So that would be a great thing for him to be able to come to the Detroit Lions and add to that room and be a Pro Bowler, because pretty much the Detroit Lions do not have a lot of Pro Bowlers on their team, and they don't really get too many Pro Bowlers. Only time that we get Pro Bowlers is when we're alternates. So I would love to see these guys, and I definitely think that these guys have room to grow, and all 3 of these guys could possibly be Pro Bowl players, no doubt.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay, so my microphone went crazy. I had to go to the old school one, so it's not going to sound perfect. So sorry about that, fellas.
No, you sound good, man.
Tech failed, no doubt about it. So where we at? Because I feel like an idiot right now.
Yeah,
You're all good, Mike.
Well, where we at?
The media has 3 players listed as first-time Pro Bowlers: Tracy Walker, Frank the Tank Ragnow, and Trey Flowers. What is your take on that?
Yeah, man, I think that's very possible to get these guys to go into the Pro Bowl. Frank Ragnow, it's going to be difficult because it's not like centers. There's a bunch of centers that go into the Pro Bowl, but he is a very good center. I think he has the ability to do that as well, no doubt about it. Trey Flowers, I think that's very probable of him going to the Pro Bowl, as long as, again, Pro Bowl is all about popularity contests, and I hate that idea. So it is what it is there. And Tracy Walker, that seems like a really good one to me for sure, no doubt about it. He's a young guy. He's developed. And I think this year when it comes to the safety position, he'll be squared away for sure. So, yeah. So who did you – anyone else not say on this? Because I'm off, man.
During
Yeah, I want to kind of go ahead, Darren. Go ahead.
So by now, I hope everyone knows my stance on the Pro Bowl, where I think we shouldn't be saying good stuff about the Pro Bowl since it's just a popularity contest. There is no reason why Mitchell Trubisky should have made it and Galladay should have been an alternate. It makes no sense. Now, if we're talking about,
I agree with you, Darren, especially when you lead the NFL with 11 touchdown catches.
Yeah, with 3 different quarterbacks, it's amazing feat right there. And
Facts.
If you're talking about all-pro team, then I'm all aboard. I think the way they played last year, Frank Ragnow was top 5 center alone. Tracy Walker looked like he was coming into his own.
Yep.
And Flowers, he was hurt half of the season, and he still made his mark. So I think on this defense, with the pieces that we added, I think he can be even farther.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. And I think, look, it would be nice to see these guys in there, specifically Trey Flowers. Trey Flowers, we spent a lot of money on this guy, and he was really performing well at the end of the year. He was doing sack after sack, game after game, once he was fully healthy. And with the amount of money we're paying, we need that stuff to pay out when it comes to the Pro Bowl and all-pro teams. To me, basically the Pro Bowl there is a popularity contest, but when it comes to the idea of putting up the stats of a Pro Bowler, that's what I would like to see. No doubt.
Hey, Mike. Oh, Mike, you just said it. I was just gonna say that. That's what we care about more so than anything else. Just putting up the stats and being able to be a productive player out on the field. I know that the Pro Bowl is now glorified and as this big, fashion statement for all the high-profile players to make it. But at the same time, if these guys are putting up the stats, hey, you got to put them on the team. And I would love to see some Detroit Lions players be able to get on the Pro Bowl. We don't have that many Pro Bowl caliber players on the team. So whenever you can get a Pro Bowl caliber player, even though I know that title is saying whatever, whenever you get a Pro Bowl caliber player on your team, now you're starting to find some guys on your team that are leaders, guys that are producing out there, and other guys are start rubbing off on these guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt. And that's what we need. We need this to happen. We definitely need this to happen. It's very important that this occurs, that we start getting a little more recognition. And it's important that we do that. And here's another question for you, Travis. What impact will Jeff Okudah and DeAndre Swift will have as a rookie? Do you think they have the potential to go to the Pro Bowl, anything like that?
I'm going to answer the previous question, and then I'll answer that one. So, okay?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so I do think that Tracy Walker, Frank Ragnow, and Trey Flowers will make the Pro Bowl, popularity contest or not, and as well as Kenny Golladay. So I think that we can have 4 Pro Bowl players this year, as well as Matthew Stafford, obviously. So to actually, I'll correct myself and say 5 players could make the Pro Bowl this year. But obviously I'd rather see him make the All-Pro more than the Pro Bowl, because All-Pro is actually done by like coaches and media and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather see them make the All-Pros than the Pro Bowl.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But that's what it's all about. In all honesty, I don't want to see any of these guys in the Pro Bowl because I want them to be in the Super Bowl.
Hey,
to me, that's the absolute what I want to see. I want to see it. Let's go.
Hey, let them take our spots.
Yeah. You know what, man? Let's do it. I'm getting back on camera here with all this tech issue. I was getting frustrated. Your boy was getting mad.
Yeah, it happens, man. Technology.
Oh my God.
Hey, Mike, relax. Technology fails you sometimes.
Oh my God! Hey, generally this stuff don't happen to me, but it did. But let's talk. Let's talk about the impact of. And I'm telling, it's been like this all day, guys. It is the Madden.
Hey, Mike, remember it was me last week. Hey, Mike, you remember it was me last week, in and out.
man, your boy was getting frustrated. So,
yeah.
Travis Troxel, what do you think about Okudah and DeAndre Swift? How are they going to impact our team, and what's their potential impact they will have in 2020?
Okay, I do understand that, cornerbacks do take a couple years in order to fully develop into who they are going to be. But I definitely think Jeffrey Okudah is going to shock a lot of people. I think he's going to be more in the lines of a Marshawn Lattimore, who made the Pro Bowl his rookie season. And DeAndre Swift, man, if he doesn't make a Pro Bowl appearance, if healthy for the full 16 games, then we already know that the NFL is rigged, because that man is going to tear it up. Him and Kerryon Johnson is going to be the thing to watch.
No, well, one thing is DeAndre Swift, when it comes to our running game, is we got to be able to open up the holes, and Darrell Bevel's got to be able to force the ball and not get away from it. That's my biggest fear. I think he has the talent in the world. My fear is, will they actually force the run? What say you, TA? What do you think of the impact of Jeffrey Okudah as well as DeAndre Swift to this Detroit Lions team in 2020?
Man, hey, so Mike, so pretty much anytime that you get a rookie and you bring a rookie in, the expectations for a rookie is not through the ceiling, because that he's going to get burnt on some plays. Some things are going to happen out there that, sometimes he's going to make us mad and like, oh, why did he do this, dude? But the biggest thing that I want to see from Jeffrey Okudah is being able to stay with his guy. being able to lock down and stay with his man. If he can stay with his man and be able to get a lot of deflections and stuff like that, I'm not saying that he has to go out and get seven or eight interceptions. I know that would be nice to do that in your first season and your rookie year. But reality is the fact of being a corner is definitely a hard position to play. Corner is not an easy position to play at all because you have to pick up a lot of stuff, and sometimes you have to move around. Especially if you're the best corner on the team, you're going to be moving around with number one receivers all over the field. So you need to be able to do that. And I think that if he can translate that, how he played at Ohio State to the NFL and take it up a notch, I think that Jeffrey Okudah is going to be lights out. But at the same time, I don't want to just push him up there and make him the man. But I know that since we picked him at number 3, this is always going to be the topic of conversation. We're always going to be talking about Jeffrey Okudah versus taking Isaiah Simmons. This is always going to be talked about. No matter if we want to talk about it right now, we're going to be talking about this because a lot of us was like, some of us thought that it would be Isaiah Simmons, and some of us thought that it would be Jeffrey Okudah. And they took Okudah. So it is what it is. They took the position that they need, but we're always going to that conversation.
Yeah, facts.
That we needed to get better.
Yeah, that's facts, man. And folks,
Mike, also
you're going in and out. You're going in and out. So what I was saying here is Everything King will be on in a little bit. He's got some family stuff going on, but he's going to jump on as soon as he can. Darren, what say you, the impact of Jeff Okudah and DeAndre Swift when it comes to our Lions?
I think they both could, and they both probably will. The way those they both should have immediate impacts as long as they're both starters, at least at some point during the season. Like I said before, I think Okudah will become a starter at least by week 6. And then Swift already, we didn't have last year a running back that could catch the ball out of the backfield and run the ball at the same time. We haven't had that since probably Theo Riddick, even though he wasn't that great of a runner. But we should be able to pass and run the ball.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, Mark Orm, he's got some stuff going on. If he can get on, he will. He has the link, and we're just waiting on Everything King. Yeah, tech issues today, guys. It is going on the whole day. This has been one frustrating day for your boy, but I'm here to have fun. I'm not here
okay.
to.
We'll get through it.
We're going to get through it. So when it comes to Jeff Okudah, yes, he's going to be compared to when it comes to Isaiah Simmons. Well, guess what? With the 3rd pick in the 2020 NFL draft, they took Jeff Okudah from Ohio State. Yep. And so he's the individual that we got to depend on in that secondary. And if you think about the impact that they're going to have, not just this year, but years to come, I mean, you're going to have a young tandem in Amani Oruwariye, Jeff Okudah, Tracy Walker, and Ron Harmon's not that old either. So this secondary is young, and I think the impact that Okudah is going to have is immense. If we can get pressure on the quarterback with the defensive line, that's key, then you're going to see a lot of turnovers because that's what he does, and we need him to have turnovers. How do you win the turnover game? So I think Jeff Okudah is going to have a impact immediately as long as the defensive line has an impact. If that defensive line performed like last year, go ahead and throw that prediction away. DeAndre Swift, he is, to me, the biggest impact because what he does to defenses. His ability to make the defense actually think that we're going to run the football for the first time in 20 years will open up the defense for T.J. Hockenson, for Jesse James, for the wide receivers, Kenny Galladay. I mean, it's immediately going to put relief on Matthew Stafford. It's going to put relief on this run game. It's going to put relief on the offensive line. So his impact is immense, and I know he's not the first pick we took, but to me, he's the most important pick. You look at the defense. If we can continue long, sustained drives by running the football and getting first downs, folks, guess what that means? That means the defensive line rests, the defensive whole rests, and we can close games out, and that's what DeAndre Swift brings. It's not just the running back position. It's not that position as a single unit. It's the whole dynamic and what he brings to it. And to me, that is so important what he does. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it in action. And it's going to impact my next question. How good will Jesse James and T.J. Hockenson be, TA?
Man, woo. Hopefully, since they're getting a healthy Stafford back, they can be better. I expect for TJ Hawkinson to be the X factor on the offense this season because at first the chemistry was great, especially against the Arizona Cardinals. TJ Hawkinson and Matthew Stafford was hooking up early and often. And I think if he can really produce what he did from last season and be consistent, that's the only thing. Now, Jesse James, you didn't get a lot with him because Jesse James, they didn't throw the ball to him as much. But I think this season, the Detroit Lions need to find a way to be able to utilize those tight ends and get the most out of them, whether it be in the red zone or whether it be some type of freak play or whatever. They need to be able to get these tight ends involved in the game to make sure that they're maximizing that offense over there.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. What say you, Dern?
I had really, really high hopes for James last year. And the way it happened, I was very frustrated with him. You can't do much worse than what he did last year. I know he didn't get a lot of targets, but that also comes against him as well. Maybe he wasn't blocking that well. Maybe he wasn't getting open as much as he did in Pittsburgh. Maybe it was just a complete different system that it was in Pittsburgh. But he needs to pick up what we're doing now because he's getting paid a lot of money, so he needs to step it up. Hawkinson, I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to be so much better than last year already. From year 1 to year 2, I think he'll have leaps, just not the leaps that he did last year when he got hurt. He needs to quit that.
Okay. What say you, Travis?
Hey, that is hashtag facts, Dern. But first of all, before you guys get my answer,
yeah,
we got 40 people in the building with only 33 likes. It is MicroMike's birthday. Woo! Let's get those likes up. And let's be on that Kool-Aid. Let's go.
Make sure you guys
Let's get those likes up. So,
Okay, yeah.
with TJ Hawkinson and Jesse James, I definitely think that Jesse James is going to have a bounce back year, especially with Matthew Stafford. I think this is the year that everybody is going to have to step up. If you're going to have a future in Detroit from this point on, this is the year you have to produce. If you're not going to produce, next offseason is going to be a huge turnaround. Usually it's about a 45% turnaround from each year. If you're not performing, it might be 50%. It might be 55%. So the time to perform is now. And with TJ Hawkinson, obviously right now you're not going to move him, especially on a rookie contract and things like that. But I do think that he's going to have a bounce back year, especially with Matthew Stafford healthy. We've seen in week 1 against the Arizona Cardinals, he was lights out. Nobody had an answer for him.
Absolutely.
As soon as he started jumping over people and getting himself dinged up and things like that, I mean, he started taking himself out of place and out of position. I definitely think that, with Jesse James and with TJ Hawkinson, I think it's going to be a good tandem. And don't sleep on, Isaac Nada, Hunter Bryant, and whoever.
Yeah.
They're going to be hungry. They want that starting spot. And if they don't want that starting spot, what are you doing in the NFL? Because I don't care if you're the 53rd man or the first man.
Yep.
If you're not vying for that starter spot, get off my team because I need that hunger.
That's
no
right.
doubt about it. When it comes to tight ends, I think TJ Hawkinson's definitely going to have a bounce back year per se because he already bounced his head on the ground. And I don't want to see that type of bounce, but I think he's going to actually catch touch. Because after the injury, guys, let's be honest, it seemed like he was off a little bit. I don't know if the concussion got to him, but I think he's going to get more touchdowns. He has the opportunity. I think with the addition of DeAndre Swift, it's going to give separation. My fear is Jesse James. Will Jesse James actually get the opportunity to perform the way that he is getting paid? Right now, he's getting paid a lot of money for what he's not doing, and it's not a whole lot. Even with all the injuries last year that we sustained when it comes to the wide receiver position, Jesse James was not doing anything. He really wasn't. So hopefully that Daryl Bevel can go ahead and do the best he can to get him in situations to succeed. But this is a big year for Jesse James, and I hope to God he lives up to his contract. Isaac Nada, that's going to be interesting as well because he kind of plays fullback, and he's been going against Travis's MVP for life and Nick Bogdan.
Hey, nobody can stop the Bogdan.
Yeah, no. So that'll be interesting as well as the rookie free agent we picked up. But I think they go for tight ends. I think that those two though, T.J. Hawkinson, I think he's gonna have a really good year this year. So we're gonna do a fantasy show, guys, and Mr. Troxel Sports started a fantasy football league, and folks, we are going to be playing it, so make sure you sign up. He will talk about that information in a little bit. So when you get in there, it gives me a chance to even win more. So make sure that you sign up for that. And TJ Hawkinson would be an individual I definitely would want to pick up when it comes to the tight end position. No doubt about it. So why don't you tell that information right now, Trox?
Yeah, I did start it up. I will be sending out. I do have a few emails I have to reply to. I did get your guys' emails. I appreciate that. And I do have to make one adjustment. I do got to add it to 12 team league. And if we get enough people, I will be opening up a second league. Okay. So we can have a lot of different people able to get in and have some fun. Here in ISM, we will be trying to figure out something that we could give to the winner of the league. So, there's a little something to play for, and we're gonna have some fun. It is created already. I will be sending out the links. Hopefully by this weekend. So,
facts on facts crimes
for that.
That's facts on facts crimes. And again, he's going to be sending out gifts to me as I win. So I'm excited about that because I like gifts. I like free stuff, and I cannot wait to win that. So make sure you sign up, and it gives me more of a chance to win. But the next question is talking about coaches expected to be back at the facilities next week. TA, is that some good news or what?
Yeah, that's definitely good news. That's letting us know that we're taking care of business.
Absolutely.
That just lets us know, man, we're getting back to work. The NFL may start on time, and it's looking like everything is going to be good. Now, I know we talked about earlier about where would the Lions play at, whether it be in your neighbor's backyard or playing in West Virginia. It doesn't matter at this point, but with the coaches going back, man, I love that. I really, really love that the coaches will be going back because they're going to get back to work and they're going to be able to stamp some identity on these teams. And we know that the Detroit Lions need an identity, and Matt Patricia's definitely going to have to get to work on that identity.
Yeah, I'm just happy that we're hearing news like this. This is great news, guys. It's definitely pushing the idea that we're going to start on time for the NFL season, and we need it. This COVID stuff is getting under my skin, and I am ready for some sports. I am ready for some Honolulu blue and silver, man. I cannot wait to watch football season, guys. I am hyped. I am psyched, and I am ready to watch some football. And the idea that the coaches are going back to the facilities is giving. Yes, I know. It's my birthday. I want to show you, and you guys, you're going to notice I'm going to be on camera a lot more. Matter of fact, I'll probably every single episode will start implementing being on camera. I get a new green screen in the next couple of days. I picked up some new equipment, and it's going to be nice. So you guys can see that. How we operate, it's really cool to see our live reactions and everything. So, yeah, it's going to be epic. But again, man, with the coaches coming back, that's a great sign, fellas. A great sign, Dern. What do you think about this?
I hope it's true, but let's get this going so our players can start to gel with each other. I just want football to start.
No doubt about it. What do you think about this, Travis?
It's a good thing, but I mean, for us Detroit Lions, I don't think we will be going back next week or whenever it is. just because of our ban. It has to be approved by the state and local,
Yeah.
officials in order for us to get back into the building.
Okay.
So I think that's why they're trying to slowly bring people back in. But there will be no players and coaches at the same time, just to keep the playing level even as much as possible. But I mean, hey, if we could get our guys back in, our coaches back in, things like that, that is a win for us because we need to be back in our home. We need to be home.
Yes, we need to be home. We need it. We are
We
ready.
need it.
We are ready. And I pray that we can go to training camp because I really enjoy watching the battle and seeing one-on-one with these guys. And hopefully that can take place. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a good sign that the coaches are coming back to our Detroit Lions. And now let's talk about a funny report that just came out. I laughed
Yeah.
fairly hard about this. The Taylor Decker. Now, interestingly enough, he talked about, according to Taylor Decker, he had contract talks, but he said, there's nothing much, but they said they like me.
Oh,
What,
Got
what do you think
wow.
about that,
some
TA?
milk.
Oh man. Hey, Mike, what I think about that? Come on, man. What I think about all they let you know. All they let you know is they treating him just like they treating Jared Davis. You got to play this year. That's all they letting them know. Like, look, you've been doing some messed up stuff out there. You've been getting Stafford killed, man. So we want you to step your game up. You step your game up this season, contract will be on the table. So Taylor Decker knows what's at hand. He got to go out and ball this season. And if he doesn't ball, we got some other linemen that's gonna come in and move him right out of the way.
Oh man, we like you, but you slow. Yeah, that's funny. That's basically it. If I had a talk with my boss that says, "Yeah, about that pay raise, you're a good guy," I take that as a compliment. What say you, Dirt?
I'm just wondering how much he thinks he's worth because he hasn't been very good. He's very inconsistent. Are we even sure he's going to be back?
No, we're not
I'm
sure.
not 100% sure. Not after being told, "Hey, you're a good guy."
You're
Hey,
too
now,
nice. You're
good
too
guy.
nice.
Man, getting that is
What
what.
do they say though, Mike? Good
What's that?
guys finish last. What do they say? Good guys finish last.
Yeah.
Man, he definitely finishing last, especially in that Arizona game, giving up that many sacks.
Yeah.
Travis Troxel, what say you, man? What do you take from this development from Taylor Decker?
Well, in the words of the Gridiron Blitz, he needs some milk.
He need all the milk.
Hey, absolutely. And hey, got him.
All day long.
Bob Quinn said, got him.
No doubt. No doubt. That's exactly what he said.
But I mean, I gotta agree with TA. I mean, I think this is, the same thing that they're trying to do with Jared Davis is, go out there and perform. You perform, we got a contract ready. We
Yep.
like you enough to tell you this. Go out there and perform. Stop picking up stupid penalties, shooting us in the foot. That's the Detroit Lions way. We have always shot ourselves in the foot, picking
we
up
beat
costly
ourselves.
penalties.
That.
Picking up costly penalties late in the year or late in the drive or in the red zone and things like that. And it stops the play. And it's just like, you could have had 7 and now you got to get 3. I love Matt Prater. That is my kicker. But I don't want him to be the leading point scorer.
No, I don't. I'm tired of scoring. I'm tired of field goals. I want to score touchdowns, no field goals.
Absolutely, TA. I mean, it's
Only
sad
for
when our
extra
leading scoring player was Jason Hansen.
Yes, all time.
All-time leading scorer, Jason Hansen. We can't have that. And we need our left tackle, the most important player on the offensive line, the guy that protects your quarterback's blind side,
Yep.
to perform at a high level. That is why I am always open for Hal Vitae to go to the left tackle and Tyler Decker to go to the right tackle. I'm open for that if that happens. But if he's going to be a left tackle, he got to step it up this year.
Yeah.
And he can get that contract. But that is hilarious, Bob Quinn. Thank you for making my day.
Hey, facts, man.
Hey,
facts.
that was funny. Look, he's got to earn his spot. He's got to earn his key, and that's
Absolutely.
important. What sucks, though, about Taylor Decker, we got to admit this, is when he got injured, he was never the same. Because before that injury, he was looking pretty good.
Yes.
And
Facts.
so I don't fault Bob Quinn by picking him because he's actually being a stud. But after that injury, it's like, whoa. He did get better after that first game last year, but still, he's got to earn his keep just like anybody else. And I like this mentality. I don't think you should assume that you're safe. Not at all. I want that chip on your shoulder, saying, hey, you got to earn your keep no matter what. I just think it was funny how it came out. I had a good laugh. It was fantastic. And I really, really enjoyed it. Here's another one. The Lions are shut out of the top 25 under 25 for the 5th straight year, Dern. 5th straight year that the Lions have not had 25 players under 25. What is your thoughts on that?
Hey, hold on, Mike. You got to officially earn your keep.
You got to officially earn your keep. That's definitely the truth. If you're trying to earn yourself, you need to officially earn it. It's officially that way. And the Joker and RoboCop would love to agree with that. What say you, Dern?
For the question? Oh,
yes.
The last question, the dude's getting Glasgow. That's all I got to say. But for this question, does this one mean that we are ranked under 25 for like the worst teams, or like we don't have players
25 players under 25?
They're trying to get experienced players more than younger players from what I could really see. But the problem with our team is that we're pretty slow. That's the bad thing is we're just slow. We have no speed. We can't really get sideline to sideline. I wish they would go younger, but there's not much we can do.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What say you, TA?
Hey, I think how that question is kind of directed there. It's kind of saying that the Lions, basically what they're trying to say is that the Lions don't have any players that's under 25 years of age that are superstars or Pro Bowl type of players.
I get that. I think
yeah, that's what they're saying. You want to interject on that?
Well, the way they've been drafting, I can kind of understand it. They draft really good players, but they're not drafting flashy players. You know what I mean? Like they haven't drafted a wide receiver in the first round in a really long time that I can remember. Hopefully Okuda can maybe change that in the next couple of years. Yep. I think Ragnow is a superstar, and I believe he's under 25.
Yes, no doubt about it. I think it's ridiculous. It's again the media, the idea that the media just does not want to give credit. I think it's annoying. It gets annoying because I think Frank Ragnow, he should be up there for sure. There's some players that the Lions should get credit for. TA, what say you?
Now, when I looked, I had to go and look. When I looked at this question, I had to really research it and look like, oh, okay, how old is Kenny Galladay? Well, Kenny Galladay is 26. How old is such and such? Well, he's 20. How old is Marvin Hall? Well, he's 27. So when I'm looking at what they're saying that like the players that we're drafting and bringing in can immediate impact on the team. So our younger guys, okay, say for instance, like guys like that we drafted a couple seasons ago, like Davis. Davis was balling for a minute. He was getting the tackles. He got like 6 sacks. He was doing his thing, but last season he kind of regressed on what he was doing the year before. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say that it's gonna be due to injury. He was hurt starting off the season. I believe he had a high ankle sprain or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that contributes to him not being effective like he should have been. But when I really look at it in a nutshell, I see what they're saying. They're saying that we don't have any young guys on our team that's under the age of 25 years old that are impact players, like coming in right away, like either in their first or their second year, they're out there making noise. So hopefully Jelani Tavai could be able to change that too, because he's a young guy. And I want to see Jelani Tavai be that guy in the middle for us to be able to fly around with Jamie Collins when the season starts. So hopefully we will this season. Jeff Okudah and guys like DeAndre Swift will train. They'll be able to change that narrative.
DA's 49. That's funny, Antonio Hightower. That's funny. You like Santa Claus on the team here. Amani Oruwariye is an individual too that I think that's really can jump up this year, and he's a young guy. What say you, Travis Troxel, when it comes to not being in 25 under 25?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that Amani could definitely be a guy to step up. I would love to see Jared Davis as that Sam linebacker. That stop the run, pass rush type of linebacker. I would love to see that because I want to see Tavai so bad in that middle, calling out the plays like, hey, they about to do this. Hey, they about to do that. Get in this. Move over here. Move over there. Like, I would love to see that. Ain't nothing.
Yeah. I like that.
Ain't nothing gets my blood flowing than seeing the guy that everybody hated do what the hardest job on the defense does, and that is being a middle linebacker. Being the middle linebacker is the quarterback of a defense. They got to get the guys into position, the coverage into right coverage, and things like that to execute the proper defense for that specific play. And I feel the same way as TA. I think Jelani Tavai is that perfect middle linebacker. And, he does have a little hiccups with, a little bit of his coverage, things like that. That's a rookie mistake. He's going to get better, folks.
Yeah.
He will get better.
For sure.
Jeffrey Okudah, one of the biggest things to beat him is going over the top.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt about it for sure. And
teams ain't gonna go over the top on him like that. So if we're gonna play man, Okudah's gonna be the man.
Tavai will improve, says Ryan Zarzecki. And I think he definitely will improve. I like Amani Oruwariye, Frank Ragnow as well. But they said in the last 5 years, Kenny Galladay was on this team when he was under 25 and still within the last 5 years, and he was not given any love like they usually don't, except for now. Because according to reports, the NFL and a lot of media says that Kenny Galladay will have the third most yards this season for a wide receiver, TA.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that final love we get?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny how they kind of like us. They like us, but they don't like us. You know what I mean? Like they see that we got talent on our team, and Kenny Galladay definitely has talent. I knew the day that Kenny Galladay came on the team and he was drafted that he was going to be a special player for the Lions. And I'm glad that everything came to fruition and they got their receiver to be able to replace Calvin Johnson, because you definitely needed somebody to be able to replace what Calvin Johnson was doing while he was on the team. And now that I see Kenny Galladay doing what he's doing, you're going to have to pay him too. So that's the next step for the Lions. You're going to have to pay Kenny Galladay for what he's doing. He's out there. He's out producing, the contract that he's playing on right now.
Facts.
So if you're talking about a guy that's going to come back and get in his next season, that'll be 3 seasons in a row. If he can do it, that'll be 3 seasons in a row for him to be able to accumulate 1,000 yards. And if he does that, you gotta cash him out. He's gonna get some big dollars, man.
Definitely, we gotta pay the man. We gotta pay this man
Pay
money.
the man.
And I have no idea how many likes are on the video, but please hit that like button and pay the birthday man with the thumbs up. That would really help me out, folks, because it's my birthday. And I can say that if I want to. TA, what's up?
Also, guys, make sure you put the birthday cakes up in there for MicroMike, because it's his birthday on today. We want to celebrate my man's birthday on today.
And I apologize for the audio issues. This is a horrible tech day. It is a failure, and I can guarantee you out there that this will never happen again because I am going to sit on this thing and get it squared away. But what say you, Travis Troxel, when it comes to Kenny Galladay? They're giving him love, saying he's going to have the third most yards for a wide receiver in 2020.
You know, if Matthew Stafford could stay healthy, I wouldn't even say put it past that he has the top receiving yards. The man is a baller. The man is a beast. The man is Kenny Galladay.
Hey, talk about it.
Hey, this dude has done everything and everything this franchise has asked him to do, and
Yes.
did it above and beyond the call of duty, and I love it.
Facts.
You know,
Big facts.
I absolutely cannot wait till he gets re-signed. Whatever his price is, pay the man. Do it.
No doubt about it, and I can't wait to pay the man because then it secures my faith in this franchise because he was a great pickup, Dern. The media's giving him love. Said he's going to get the third most yards as a wide receiver this year. What do you think about the love? And do you actually think this is probable that he can get that many yards this year?
First of all, I want to start off that they need to pay him now because if he does that feat, his asking price is going to go a lot higher.
Yep.
So as long as they do it now, we're in the clear. If we have to pay him a lot more, that's going to hurt our team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do think that can be done. I mean, he led the league last year in touchdowns with 3 different quarterbacks, including an undrafted free agent rookie. The dude can pirouette catch over almost anyone that I've seen. He made what's that corner's name in Green Bay? He made him look like a fool consistently.
I like him making a fool consistently. He was a great pickup, TA, and I love what I'm seeing from Kenny Galladay. I think that he does have the potential to get the third most yards in the NFL. Last year, I said he would go to the Pro Bowl. I got laughed at, but I just felt that he was really going to emerge in this Darrell Bevell offense with the play action, and he did with the touchdowns. He did with the yards, and he really took a stand, TA. So tell me a little bit of Kenny Galladay. Do you believe he can reach that pinnacle?
Yeah, and it's no doubt. It's no doubt that will he reach it? He's going to reach it. You know, it's no doubt. Like Darren said, pay the man. You gotta pay him, man. You gotta go ahead and pay him now. If you're the Detroit Lions, you have the money. I believe the Lions would have 29 million cap space right now. So you have the money to pay him. I know you still got to pay the rest of the rookies and things of that nature, but you got to pay him, man, because Kenny Galladay has definitely been a valuable asset to the team. He has not been a liability to the team. He has strictly been an asset to the team. And when you got guys like Kenny Galladay that get drafted in the 3rd round from a small school, because, you know, and I used to always talk about this all the time, like guys getting drafted from smaller schools. If you can ball, you can ball. It don't matter what school you come from. It doesn't matter if you went to Oklahoma or Michigan or you went to Florida or Alabama. If you are a football player and you can ball, people are going to see you and you're going to leave your mark out on the field. And I definitely think that that's what Kenny Galladay has been able to do for the Lions, leave his mark out there on the field and let everybody know, like, I don't have to come from the big colleges and things of that nature. I could come from a small school. And the history says it, because if you look back on it, most of the guys that are Hall of Famers, a lot of them, they came from small schools. Guys like Jerry Rice, guys like Terrell Owens, these guys came from smaller schools. They didn't come from big schools. So just because you come from a small school, that doesn't mean that you can't make a splash in the NFL.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This idea that you can't make a splash, you come from a small school is ridiculous. Like how my sound is sounding today, it's ridiculous, folks. And I truly apologize. Your boy is not happy, but we're going to switch this to, we're going to get a little interesting here, and we're going to talk about the favorite moment in Lions history. What is your favorite moment in Lions history? I want to see that in the chat as well. Troxel Sports, what is your favorite moment in Lions history?
Making the Dallas Cowboys in 1991 look like Boo Boo the Fools in the playoffs and beating them handedly?
Okay.
That is my favorite moment.
Okay. That was a really long answer. TA, what say you? What was your favorite moment in Lions history?
I got a couple, Mike. I just don't have one. I got a couple because I got history with these boys. Okay, a couple that I have is this. When Barry Sanders rushed over 2,000, that was one. That was definitely something that it was good to see Barry be able to do that, and just to be able to do what Barry Sanders did in his career. I always got to show love to Barry because the dude was phenomenal, man. 10 straight seasons rushing over 1,000 yards. That is not easy to do, and most running backs nowadays can't do that. They're not consistent like that, and they don't get the ball like Barry does. It takes a special type of running back to be able to always have the ball in your hands and them looking to feed you. But another moment that I like from the Detroit Lions is when Calvin Johnson broke Jerry Rice's record for the most receiving yards in a game. And guess who that was against? The Dallas Cowboys. That was one of my most memorable moments from the Detroit Lions. I love when Calvin was almost close to 2,000 yards receiving that season. I think he fell short a little bit, but man, he was almost there, man. And that would have been awesome because people still would be chasing that record to this day.
That's hashtag facts. Hashtag facts. Durham, what say you? What was your favorite moment in Lions history?
Well, this is more of a personal history thing that I love. When I first became a Lions fan a long time ago, when my father bought me a starter jacket because the store was moving from place to place, when I first started watching Barry Sanders and just reading about him, it just clicked in my mind that this is what I want to watch. This is what I want to study on. And ever since then, I've just been a huge Lions fan.
You know, when it comes to, I got two. Yeah, it's your birthday. Do you want steak or lobster? Oh man, I'll take both of that. I'll take steak and lobster. I'm gonna be greedy.
Right,
I actually had today, folks. I had chef food. So where they make it in front of you and they're all throwing the pans around. That's what we had, man. And so that was really good. My favorite moment I got two favorite moments, folks. And the first one is Matthew Stafford jump over the line against the Dallas Cowboys. We're down. We need to get a touchdown. We're at we're at own 20. Matthew Stafford, we got like a minute left. He's standing there in the pocket. He's waiting. He throws it to Calvin Johnson in the middle. We're near the 50-yard line. I'm getting a little hyped. I'm like, it's possible. Still unlikely. Then Stafford gets it. He throws it to, I think, was it Durham? Yeah. And he caught it like at the 20-yard line. I'm going crazy. Oh, my God, this is going to happen. Then he throws it to Calvin Johnson to the 1-yard line. Matthew Stafford's running. He's screening at his offensive lineman. He takes the ball. The defensive line is standing there. He jumps across that goal line for the touchdown. I'm going crazy. I'm freaking out. I had people over. I'm hugging people I've never met before. I see Reggie Bush hugging Matthew Stafford. That was one of the greatest moments. I will never forget that. Such an epic comeback. And then I remember seeing the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Des Bryant so mad and salty. Yeah. That made me so happy. So, man, that was a great moment in my Lions life. Next moment was on Christmas Eve. I was extremely sick. And I was bad, but that day was going to be a great moment because we're playing the Chargers, and we have to beat Phillip Rivers to secure the spot in the playoffs. And Matthew Stafford, we are pounding the Chargers at this point. You hear the crowd saying, playoffs. The chant gave chills down my leg. And then Phillip Rivers throws the ball. Cliff Averill picks the ball off at the goal line for an interception.
One-handed.
One-handed. The crowd's going nuts. And then Jim Schwartz gets Kool-Aid put on him. That was one of the greatest moments. I remember hearing that crowd just chanting, playoffs. Such an epic moment.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Truck, you're going to say something?
Absolutely. Hey, that is the Kool-Aid bath. I love it. Absolutely.
I was
He said,
so
"You
proud of
got
my
drinking
team.
Kool-Aid, brother."
I was so proud of my team, man, and just seeing the crowd. It was so nice to see all the fans that been through misery and we're going to the postseason. Is such an awesome feeling. I see here Barry Sanders broke Rod Woodson ankles. Oh,
Yeah, oh
Barry
yeah.
Sanders.
He
Woo!
broke a lot of, and Barry broke a lot of ankles, man.
Yeah.
Not just Rod.
Oh, that's hashtag facts on facts crime, man. Facts machine. That's straight, man. Barry said,
Hey,
well, what sucks about Barry, folks, I'm 35, so I didn't get to really see him in my prime to remember it. That was a little before my time. I was, like 6, 7 years old, so unfortunately, I did not get to see that, TA.
hey, Mike, if you ever get a chance, you got to go back and look at Barry highlights. I remember one game, Barry, the Detroit Lions was playing against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and Barry went, I think, like for back-to-back 80-yard touchdowns, and I believe one of them was with his shoe off. I'm like, this dude.
Yep. I remember that.
I'm like, Barry, man, this dude is clown. His shoe fell off, man. He still was gone. They wasn't. That was one of my memorable, definitely Barry Sanders memorable moments. Being able to see Barry run with his shoe off, man. It was like 2 back-to-back 80-yard touchdowns on them boys.
No doubt about it, man. That was I seen highlights. I've seen the highlights. I wish I was there to feel it's not just seeing it, it's feeling it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely feeling it, man. And man, it was a great moment, and I wish I could have felt it. Let's see. It says, "Hey, ISN fam," and to say happy birthday. Well, thank you, Miss Johnson. Man,
Hey,
you got a nice smile. Love it.
Johnson.
I got an interesting question here. I threw this for a loop to the guys, and this was a different one. So, Travis Troxel, if today was your birthday, what would your wish be for the Lions?
Just win, baby. We need that Kool-Aid. Having a bath on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh man, I would be swimming on the ground even if there's no water there. I'll be swimming through land if that occurred. I would be so happy. Man, having that. Woo! What about you, TA?
Man, mine's, hey, Mike, if we could do that, mine would be winning and getting to the Super Bowl. That's the only thing. Being able to officially get into the playoffs, not have the refs cheat you, just like they did us in Dallas when they cheated us and pulled that flag up. I never forget that play. You know what I mean? Because we was pretty much manhandling Dallas in Dallas too. We was on the verge of scoring against those guys, man. Golden Tate was having a good game against those guys. I'll never forget that game. But at the same time, but at the same time, that's the only thing I want to see for the Lions in this lifetime. You know, before I ever pass away or anything like that, I would love to see the Lions hold up a Super Bowl, man. That would be nice. I know the city would probably go in an uproar, and we definitely need an uproar right now in Detroit. So definitely, man, all of that, man. It'll be all that.
Hey, Darren, what say you, man? If it was your birthday today, what would be your birthday wish for our Detroit Lions?
Man, my sights are set so much lower than your guys's. I would love a Super Bowl, but I at least want a division win.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
We can't argue with that, Darren.
Straight to the point. What I want to see, folks, is, yes, I want to see the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots, and the student becomes the teacher and beats Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. That would be just glory. That would be glory. You beat the guy who taught you in the biggest game. You know, and you know what's good about this is if the Lions and the Patriots got to the Super Bowl, you know how the media hates Detroit? They would be loving on Detroit because they're tired of seeing New England in the Super Bowl. So we'd be like a home field advantage.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about, Mike. Oh yeah.
I would love to just, take it to Bill Belichick, and win the Super Bowl, and then I can you imagine how hype it would be to be back in this show? We win the Super Bowl. I would be swimming. I would be swimming through walls. That's how happy I'd be with
Man,
that Kool-Aid.
I'll be going through walls.
No doubt about it, man. Going through walls, it would be beast mode. I can't even imagine Detroit. If we won a Super Bowl, the city of Detroit, it would be fire.
Yeah,
Absolute
it would be
fire.
man.
No doubt.
Hey, Mike, the greatest thing that the Detroit Lions could ever do, man, is win. I'm telling you, man, if we win this season, man, do you know how happy people will be in Detroit? You wouldn't be able to tell us about ourselves because we would be so happy. Like, man, I've never won before. This feels good.
Just win,
you know what I mean?
baby.
It feels good to win.
Oh, man, it would feel absolutely fantastic to win. Inkster2A says, happy birthday at MicroMike. Well, thank you very much, sir. It started out a little rough, but it's getting a little better. But this is your time to ask us questions. If you want to ask me personally, go ahead. If you want to ask Travis Troxel, Dern, TA, or us as a group, go ahead. We are all ears. We absolutely love it. We want to hear what you have to say about anything because it is your time.
Lions, yeah.
Hey,
It
Jorge had one earlier. Jorge, put that question back in the chat.
Let's see. What is your power rankings prediction on San Francisco 49ers? Oh, 49. I have them. Oh, man, top 5.
Yeah,
They went to the Super. Yeah, no doubt about it, man.
Top 10 at the most, top 5, definitely.
Yeah, definitely top 5. They're going to be a good team there, no doubt about it. You said Jorge had a question.
Yep, I need him to type it back in the chat. I forgot about it. It was something about Rodgers and Stafford.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where it's at. No, I'm not sure where it's at.
Oh,
so,
it was beginning of the show. So
average American salary is $35K a year. If working 40 years, it would turn to 1.4. Why would players complain about making a minimum of $480K every 6 months? Well, I don't know.
Wow. I don't know. Because I know I wouldn't be complaining. No,
I don't complain, man. I don't complain because I don't make anything near that. Do you guys want phone lines? That's a good question from the Gridiron Blitz. Do you want phone lines to be put up? Because we are lock, cock, and ready to put those lines in. No doubt about it. Here at ISN, we're doing everything we can to be the best.
People.
No
Mike,
doubt about it.
We want to hear from the people. We want to know what you want to say as Detroit Lions fans. We want to give you guys that voice that you'll be able to have on this show as well. Besides just hearing us talk and ramble on, we want to hear you guys' thoughts because you hear our thoughts all the time. We put out videos, we put out content all the time. So we want to be able to pick your guys' brain a little bit and see what you guys think about your Detroit Lions.
Shane, I am 35 today. I am 35 years old. Jorge says, who has more fire to win the division, Rodgers or Stafford? You know, that's interesting because I bet you that Rodgers is actually a little heated after drafting a quarterback in the first round. But I'm going to say Matthew Stafford because this guy has been through the ringer. And all you hear about this offseason is how he needs to get traded and he can't win the big game, this, that, and the other. I think he's got a lot of fire to win. He's got a lot of fire to win and to win immediately. King's in the building here. 1 second, and he will be jumping in. Hey, what's going on, everything, King?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, King?
King, man. First off, welcome, man. Welcome. I know you had some stuff going on, and a question was asked. I'm going to throw it to you is, who has more of a drive to win, Matthew Stafford or Sharon Rodgers?
Wow. That's tough. I'll say I gotta go with Rodgers, unfortunately. I just have to. I have to, man. This dude, I mean, it's so frustrating watching him sometimes, especially when he come back and win against us.
Yeah.
But Matthew, you can't knock Matthew either. That's why it's such a tough question, man. Even though sometimes we get screwed at the end of games because we should be up more than what we are, Matthew's drive is just the same, man. They both have a mindset to try to kill you at the end of the game, man. And I like both, but I got to go with Rodgers.
No doubt about it. Sharon. I know he got that competitive now because getting drafted in the first round. So that'll be interesting to see with that itself. I think that could drive him a little bit as well, for sure. Another question, King, I want to throw to you because you weren't on here, and this was interesting to me. So Taylor Decker got told about contract extension. They said to him that he's a good guy. That was his answer.
What is that?
They talked about his contract extension. He said the Detroit Lions said, "Hey, you're a good guy."
What is that? What type
Hey,
of
now.
what?
You ain't an all-star?
You ain't.
Right? Like, what is that? That would have been a fall. Like, what?
Oh man, that's the greatest answer of all time. Taylor Decker said that, and I think I about fell over my chair, man. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Did you see that Clowney declined to sign with the Browns? I did see that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
What do you
that's
got to say
crazy,
about?
too. They offered him a lot of money too, and he doesn't want to take it.
Hell, it's the Browns. It's the Browns.
But it's the money is there, baby. The money is there.
Yeah.
He should go to a winning team and stay away from the Lions.
Yeah. We don't got the money for him. We got to pay Kenny G. He's going to cost a lot. If he turned down the Cleveland Browns, he's wanting a lot, and we haven't got that type of money. So yeah, no doubt about it, man. I think that. Where were your thoughts on the 2016 season? You know what I'm talking about. Not 100% sure.
I don't know about the 2016. Ooh.
Oh, I'm not 100% sure there. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see. The power rankings. If you're King, if you were to put power rankings, where would you have the Detroit Lions on your power rankings?
I would say anywhere between 15 and 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a better answer than some of the guys here. They're saying 32. They were saying.
I said 32.
Hey, I said 13 to 14.
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
up there.
I'm only saying that. I'm only saying that because I know what the situations was last season, man. I know what happened last season, so I will say 15 to 20.
Okay, yeah, for sure, man. I like that. It's my birthday, folks, and if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. It started rough today. It's been a rough one, and so I would love that thumbs up. As well as congratulations to Everything King. He found out the gender of his newest part of his family, and so that's really awesome. Congratulations to him and his family.
Congratulations, King.
Oh man, appreciate you guys, man. I do want to say one thing though. MicroMike, first of all, happy birthday. I know you turned 54 today, and I was just wondering, are you wearing pants, man?
He was wearing his jersey before.
Oh man, I would turn my mic on, but I don't want to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I got my jersey and got my Timbos on. With my drawers.
Hey, the funny part this is I may be working from home 5 days a week for my civilian job, so you could be asking me that a lot. Thanks, man. I love turning 54 today. I definitely feel it after last year's season, no doubt about it. Man. So here, how about we re-sign Kenny G? If we have enough money, we offer Clowney. TA, how much should we re-sign Kenny G for? What would be a percentage you'd want to give to Mr. Kenny Galladay?
Money. Oh man, okay, dang it. That's always it's kind of tough because when I'm thinking about that contract that what's the name just signed, Cooper, he signed a huge deal with the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm like, man, I don't want to get him that high. But I would say for Kenny Galladay, I think be like a 4 or 5 year deal, probably worth like 75, 80 million, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Is
Jeff
that lowballing?
I have my pants on, so that's definitely not. I don't think it's lowballing him. I think that's definitely in the range right there. I would not pay him the amount that the wide receiver from Jera's world got. He got paid $100 million. That's quite a bit. Jeff
100
Terry
million.
dropped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got 100
$100 million. Hey. Jeff Terry dropped a $9.99 super chat. He says, "Keep your pants on." 54 big ones. I'm 35, by the way. I'm not that old yet. In 19 years, I'll say that. But King got me there. But appreciate it. Jeff Terry is definitely going back into the channel. I upgraded. I purchased a new green screen. Thanks to you guys. A new microphone, which failed today, as well as I got a new chair. So I really appreciate it, fellas. He says, "Mike, don't be wearing them Lions." Oh man, no! Oh my God! I am definitely not going to be wearing that. What about you, Travis Troxel? What do you think that Kenny G? What should he get paid per year? What do you think it's going to be?
Whatever it takes for him to sign. We cannot let him out of our sight. That dude. I mean, like I said, he's the best thing that we've had since Kelvin Johnson, and we finally have an actual team around him too. You know, with Kelvin, it was Stafford and Kelvin, maybe a defense. This time we're starting to build our defense up, but we got a offense, a complete offense. Obviously, we still got to wait and see of what our offensive line is going to be, but we have more of a team now than we had with a Matthew Stafford and a Kelvin Johnson. You know, we had bits and pieces, but never everything together. We are starting to actually build something that's all together as a complete team. And I'll take that over everything else, but whatever it takes to get Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, man, we gotta pay the man. We have got to pay.
So basically, hey Mike. So basically, Trox said he don't know what dollar amount to put on Kenny G right now.
I mean, if he asks $100 million, I'm going to pay him $100 million. If he asks, hey, I'll take 65 and give me a nice little signing bonus, I'll pay him the 65 and a nice little signing, but whatever it takes.
Okay.
Now, Gridiron Yuki says, "Do you think the Los Angeles Chargers will improve this year?" I honestly, it just depends on if their quarterback who can do it. Isn't it Jackson? Or
no, it's Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor, that's right. Tyrod Taylor can do that.
Justin Herbert backing him up.
Justin Herbert backing him up. So it just depends on that. They got some weapons, but I don't follow them that much. I don't. I know how to speak in Japanese. Well, good for you. I could barely speak in English. So you got one on me. Let's talk about this, man. And this is the idea that analysts believe that Kenny G, to go off this last question, could have the top 3 receiving yards this year and be the top 3rd best wide receiver. What do you think about that? Dang it, man!
You gotta capture those.
Oh no!
Happy birthday, sir.
Oh my god! He said, "I got a super chat, $10." Everything he says, "Mike is wearing a Stafford jersey, in which I am, with no pants on and Matt Patricia underwear on his face in the front of them." Oh no! Oh my god!
You killed him, man. You killed him.
Oh man, I don't even know what's going on. So King, it's all right. I'm having a hard problem here because I'm having this image in my head and it's not a good image. I'm looking at Dern's picture.
Oh, you looking at Dern? Oh yeah, he got the Patricia head on. Yeah.
Oh,
man, I just had to do something special for you, man.
I appreciate it. It'll be something to remember about in a picture that may be stuck in people's heads for years to come. Not in a good way. But what do you think? Do you think Kenny G could get top 3 yards this year in the NFL for wide receiver?
Absolutely. I think I truly do believe that our run game is definitely going to improve finally this year. It's going to open things up for Kenny, man. It's going to open up way more for Kenny. Um, like I said, it all depends, man, on the health of Matthew Stafford, man. Even with Matthew Stafford out, the other guys that we had, man, they were finding Kenny. So I think he can definitely do that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it if that does occur, because what a great pickup that we had. Got him in the 3rd round. Alexander Kamara says, do you see Bob Quinn spending any money anytime soon? I hope we have money to re-sign Kenny G and get Griffin or Clowney or both. That would be scary. Dern, do you see us spending any money? And if so, who would we spend it on?
I don't see us spending any money. I think they want to sign their rookies to right away and then get Kenny G, because he's going to be a lot more after the season.
Okay. What about you, Travis Troxel? You see us spending some cash?
I'm kind of with Dern right now. I would love an Everson Griffin. Let's get him here quick, fast, and in a hurry. But if not, let's go take care of Kenny Galladay and then see who gets cut after preseason.
Okay. What about you, TA and Noble Sports?
Man, for me, Mike, basically, it's a no-brainer. Pay Kenny G the money. Definitely do that. But when it comes to getting a player on the team, I don't think that they're going to do it, because if they wanted Everson Griffin, they could have been in and went and got him. They got the money. So, and I don't think that they're chasing out the Clowney either, because they know how much money that Clowney wants. So I don't think they would go after him, but I would definitely love Everson Griffin, because I think he'll be at a cheaper rate, and I think that he'll help our defensive line out. Not saying that he has to come in here and take all the snaps and be the man, but we just need him to be able to get to the quarterback. We need that help. So that's how I look at it. That's how I'm seeing it.
I see if we spend money, obviously we're going to pay Kenny G. I think that's a part of it, but I think we need to get a defensive tackle and an interior. I've been saying like a Marcel Darius type of character. I think that would be a good individual to put on this defensive line to put pressure so Matthew Stafford if quarterbacks cannot step in the pocket. Unlike Matthew Stafford, we need him to step in the pocket. Here's a question here. Will one running back have a majority of snaps, or is it going to be a running back by committee? This is a good one here.
That's a very good question, Kool-Aid and cornbread.
So, King, do you think this is going to be a running back by committee, or are we going to have a major role, say, for such as a DeAndre Swift?
First, let me say something about the question before. The thing with Everson Griffin, due to the COVID-19 thing, his agent stated that he's playing the market game right now. They want to see where this COVID-19 thing takes us first, and then he's going to go ahead and play the market, and then after that you'll see other guys start to go. But the Lions have shown interest in him, so I'm just in the wait and see mode when it comes to that. I still don't believe they're going to do anything, to be honest, but if they do, it'll be after Everson Griffin or Clowney set the market for everybody else. But for that question, a running back by committee, due to the history of what's been going on since Bob Quinn's been here, we've had some backfields with multiple guys back there, and they have done that. So I do believe that they're going to continue to do that, even though we've got running backs in the game when we didn't want them in the game. With this lineup that they have, I think they're definitely going to do running back by committee, because, like I said, even though we got Swift, carry on is no slouch,
Right. I agree with that.
They're definitely going to rotate and, do different things with different guys, I believe.
I concur with that statement. I think it is going to be a running back by committee, and they're going to utilize each running back in different facets. If we've looked what we've done in the last year or so, that's what they've been done. And I kind of wish they would stay with the hot hand. Whoever is hot, just leave them in there. Yeah, I don't believe that's going to be the case, but I would love the hot hand idea, but I do think it's going to be more running back by committee, TA.
I agree with that, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. Well, the Lions have always done for the last, I don't even know, probably about 5 or 6 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. I'll say since Reggie Bush and Joik Bell was in the backfield. The Lions have always done this run by committee thing in Detroit. So I don't think that'll change. I think that that's going to be the same thing. But I just want them to be able to produce. I want Carry On to definitely have a healthy season, and I want DeAndre Swift to be a steal in the draft and to be that running back that we need. Kind of like how you had with the Atlanta Falcons when you had Freeman and you had Tevin Coleman in the backfield. You want two guys to be out there to be able to slice and dice that defense.
I like that. What say you, Travis? What do you think is going to take place with the running back? Is it going to be committee? Is it going to be the hot hand?
I think it might be a little combination of both. I mean, it's going to be a running back by committee, but in the same token, if one guy's playing a little bit better, he's going to get a couple more carries. Then maybe the next game it goes in reverse. But I do think it's going to be a running back by committee. Committee. That's a new word.
Committee.
Running back by committee. Because you got to stop and think about it. We got DeAndre Swift, Kerryon Johnson, Bo Scarborough. Them three are going to need touches. So it's going to be a running back by committee.
Committee.
Wow.
Committee. We got a new word, guys. Committee.
But yeah, it's going to be a running back by committee. There we go.
Okay, Dern, do you agree or disagree? Do you got a different type of thought on this?
I agree what's going to happen, but I think I'd rather prefer Carry On and Swift getting most of the touches. Ty Johnson to me just seemed like he didn't have really good vision. Carry on first and second, or just first, and then Swift on third down since he can catch the ball really well, and just see who does better each game.
How do you feel about Taylor Decker maybe not being extended or being extended? Yeah, this is the interesting. I think I want to see him do it this year. I don't want to see an up and down year. I want to see him prove it, kind of like we're seeing with Davis. I want to see him prove it. He got told today that, hey, he's a good guy when they're talking about extension. That's really not a not a great comment to get when you're talking about your paycheck.
Not a boy a slap on the back. No,
that's definitely not a good sign. I want to see him earn it. I do. When you're protecting Matthew Stafford, I want to see the best. What about you, King?
Could you give me that question one more time, sir?
Taylor Decker. How do you feel about Taylor Decker maybe not being extended?
Yeah, as long as we got a viable replacement, I'm fine with that, man. I haven't been a fan of Taylor Decker probably since the first 1 or 2 years since we had him. Man, it's just he's just been underwhelming to me. So I wouldn't have a problem with it, to be honest.
Okay. What say you, TA? Do you think that he should get extended, or are you okay with letting him walk? What do you think?
Man, he gotta prove it to me. Taylor Decker, I'm with the Lions. He gotta prove it, man. You don't want Matthew Stafford out there getting cradled and getting pummeled out there every time he's running, running for his life out there. So you want to be able to make sure that he's going to have the protection that he needs, because you see when Matthew Stafford gets the protection, when he's back there and he got time to throw, he will slice and dice you all day long. But if he doesn't get that time, and what's the name? Decker is not getting all these penalties or watching his blind side, then we know that we're gonna have to eventually replace him. So this is make or break season for Taylor Decker at that position. The same way it is with Davis. He's gonna have to do the same thing. They're gonna have to prove themselves if they want a new contract.
Okay. What do you think, Travis Troxel?
Yeah, definitely. Prove it. I want to see results this year. If people's jobs are on the line, I want to see results. At the end of the day, to get into the playoffs, it matters with wins and losses. I need you to perform so we can get those wins and not get a whole lot of them losses. In the last 2 years, it was 9-22-1. I want to get more wins. So if Decker performs, he can. Personally, I would love to see Taylor Decker go to the right tackle and maybe use Hale Vitae as the left tackle. I
Yeah.
think that I don't know if it's just the bright lights or maybe it was that injury that he's never been the same since. So
Yeah.
I need to see Taylor Decker perform a lot better.
I agree. I definitely agree. And here's a good question here in which I'm going to just answer. How do you feel about the Stafford trade rumors? I think they're utterly ridiculous. If you look at the finances, he
Yeah.
ain't getting traded, man. There is no way they're going to lose 1/5 of their cap trading a guy when you're in a win now situation. To me, it's not. You got reports of 28 million or a 32 million cap hit if you trade him. That is quite a bit. And he's only 33 years old. So I don't think it's going to happen at all. There's not really value to it, no doubt about it. There's no value to the idea. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't even think it happens next year. Even if we hear trade rumors next year, I don't think it's going to happen next year. We may draft a quarterback if we suck this year, but I don't see us trading Matthew Stafford. So I still think the cap hit is extremely high even next year.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the contract situations right now. Hold on.
What do you think about the Antonio Brown, the clown rumor? I have not heard the rumor. I'm not sure what the rumor is with Antonio Brown. I have no idea. We'll
Yeah, I
trade
didn't hear
you.
anything about it either.
Whoa! I got some.
Something about him
Japan-
going. He wants to go to Seattle with Russell Wilson. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what I heard.
I just got the coolest comment of all time here in Japanese.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, yeah. So Jorge, he's throwing some love towards everything King. He says, you have a great mindset about the game. Maybe you don't want to go back behind the scenes, but I listened to you, and you were very fair about the reality of what you did. And no, absolutely. That's King's the king. King is the you're everything, King.
Everybody's a king, man. Everybody's a king on YouTube. All depend on how you look at yourself.
Yeah, when I think about like the Lions, what I want them to do this year is I want them to just destroy the competition and RoboCop them to officially be the official great Detroit Lions for a change. Folks, we have been on for nearly 2 hours, and there's 15 minutes left till it's 9 o'clock, and this is last words time.
I do got one thing though, MicroMike.
Yes.
According to the numbers in 2020, Matthew Stafford has a cap hit of 21.3 million with a dead cap of 32 million. The potential out is next year in 2021, but I highly doubt that will happen. Matthew Stafford will have a $33 million cap hit with the dead cap of 19 million. Where I think it can finally maybe come to maybe fruition to some of these Stafford haters is 2022 or 2023. 2022, Matthew Stafford will have a cap hit of 26 million with a dead cap of 6 million. And if he gets a signing bonus in 2023, he will have, or restructure, I should say, he will have a $3 million cap hit with a $3 million dead cap. But
Okay.
Stafford is not going anywhere, folks.
Yeah, he going to the playoffs. That's where he going.
Facts.
With the Detroit Lions. With the Detroit Lions, man. With the Detroit Lions. Will Ben Schwa take the step forward? That's a good question, King, that you posted there. I think he could be a backup this year. For sure. But
Yeah, I can see Bo in the I can see him being in the rotation.
yeah, no doubt about it. But Dern, last words, what do you got to say?
Appreciate everyone coming out. It's always a great time to talk with you, gentlemen. Get those legs up. Wish Mike a happy birthday, and have a great night.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Travis Troxel from Troxel Sports. What do you got to say to the folks?
Well, I will be having a fantasy football league started. Definitely hit me on an email or or on a video, and we could talk it over and things like that, and I can give you guys the info on it. And we will have a fantasy football league show And we're gonna have some fun here in ISN. I appreciate everybody coming out for the OnePride podcast. Appreciate everyone who came out for yesterday's last grid and trucks. But with that being said, love you guys all. Stay safe, wash your hands. This is Trucks and Sports Talk. Have a nice day. Love you guys. Peace out.
Dosa Dion, the great young man who drops content like crazy, representing Detroit, dropped a $1.99 super chat. Says happy birthday. Thanks, brother. Thanks, man. Hopefully I can see you again this season as last time. That was really cool. I appreciate it, man. If you ain't subscribed to Dosa Dion out there, you need to do so. This guy is a monster when it comes to Detroit Lions content and repping the city the way it needs to be repped. TA, what do you got to say to the folks out there?
Hey, we appreciate you guys for rocking out with us again. Another OnePride podcast. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate King for coming on again. Definitely, he is always welcome to come on here and talk some Detroit Lions football with us. But with that being said, definitely, guys, we appreciate everything you guys have been doing, showing the love to Mike for his birthday on today. And man, this has been a one heck of a day. We had some technical difficulties a little bit earlier, but we was able to get through the show. And we appreciate everybody for sticking around and staying with us. And that each one of us, make sure you subscribe to each one of these guys on the panel, because we all always have content, whether it's NBA or NFL or the Detroit Lions. We always have some type of content coming out. So make sure you subscribe to every single individual on here, because we try to bring you some of the livest Detroit sports that you can possibly do. All right, guys, with that being said, peace.
Believe the hype. You can believe that it will get fixed. This is the first time I've ever had an issue, and it will be the last time. Travis, he says, happy birthday. Dropped a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Travis Sports from Troxel's Talk. Appreciate it, brother. King, man, what do you got to say to the folks as we close this bad boy out?
First of all, once again, man, happy birthday. A lot of people that we're losing in the country right now, man. So birthdays are not given. So definitely make it a special day for yourself. Other than that, I just want to say thanks for everybody for tuning in. Sorry for being late. We definitely got to do this thing more often, man. Like I said, whenever you guys want to have me on the show, just send me a link, man. I have no problem. I'll make time to get on the show, man. I love talking Lions football. So that is absolutely no problem. Just let me know anytime. Send me the link. I'm there. Other than that, man, everybody be safe out there. Like Troxel said, wash your damn hands and be safe, man. I'll catch you guys next time.
Folks, thank you so much for showing out. I totally apologize for the technical issues. It will get taken care of. I can promise you that. I appreciate all the birthday wishes. I am 35, not 54, and I do got pants on. You just got to believe me in there. You just got to believe it. So I appreciate it, guys. The next show, oh my God, Troxel's driving his facial beard right there. The next show will be Tuesday on the Gridiron Blitz's channel for the OnePride podcast. King, you're always invited. Gas guaranteed. You are like man. I've been watching you for years before I even started. So you're an OG of this game. We all respect the King, and I appreciate that you even want to come on here, because that's really cool. That's really cool. With that said, folks, please wash your hands, and adios.